Hi guys, welcome to the realm of astrology. This is your daily horoscope for 7th July 2021, which is a Wednesday. But before we begin, I'd like to let you know that I do daily video horoscopes, I do weekly video horoscopes, and I also do monthly sun rising sign horoscopes. And the monthly sun rising sign horoscopes for July are on my channel now. You can watch them all on my YouTube. And I also request you to hit the bell icon, hit the subscribe button so that you can be notified every time I post a video. Okay, so let's talk about what's happening in the astrology today. Now, fortunately, today is a lighter day when it comes to the energies. We've had a very intense time with the Mars-Saturn opposition, with the Mars-Uranus square, with Venus-Saturn opposition, which was yesterday, with the Mercury-Neptune retrograde square. So there was a lot of intensity. So today is a lighter day. So let's talk about what's happening. The first thing is that the moon here is going to sextile Mars, 60-degree angle, and this is about 12:50 a.m. Pacific time, which makes it about 1 p.m. India time. And a sextile is a 60-degree angle, and it facilitates things. It makes things easier, right? So in this case, Mars, which is our ego, which is our drive, which is our willpower, which is our courage, which is how we take action, and is in alignment, is in a positive aspect with the moon, which is our emotional body, which is our inner heart and soul. At this point, we could find the emotional courage to take that decision, to take that step that we have been needing to take, right? With the Mars-Saturn opposition, with its square to Uranus, with the Venus-Saturn opposition yesterday, there was some decision we needed to make, some definition we needed to take in relation to the path that we are on, or it could have just been some action that we needed to take. But with the Neptune-Mercury retrograde square, Mercury-Neptune retrograde square, we felt confused. But the confusion should have lifted by now, and perhaps this energy of the moon sextiling Mars can give us that emotional courage, that emotional drive, that emotional willpower to take that decision and act on it. Because Mercury is at 24 right now. It's off its square to Neptune. The exact square happened yesterday. So the clarity will begin to come. But that being said, the moon will square Neptune today. And that's the next thing I wanted to talk about. So let's see that. And that happens in the evening, okay, at about 5 p.m. Pacific time, which makes it about 5 a.m. India time next morning. So at about 5 p.m., we're going to see 5:36, okay, 6 p.m. The moon here is going to square Neptune retrograde. So we all know by now that when the moon or any planet squares or makes hard aspects with Neptune, there can be a lot of confusion, right? So at this point, at about 6 p.m. Pacific time, 6 a.m. India time next morning, we might feel slightly confused again. Yes, we were infused with that emotional courage in the morning, that willpower to take that action, to make that decision, to define things, to take the next step. And the confusion has lifted to a major extent. But this is momentary, this Neptune moon square is temporary bout of confusion. So we might have that courage, we might have totally decided what we wanted to do, how we want to move forward, all those things, clarity must have come. But there can be a moment of doubt. Can be, it's not necessary at about 6 p.m. And this energy can also be very creative, right? Because Neptune is the higher octave of Venus. It's a very creative energy. It's a very spiritual energy. And this could be a point where we change something emotionally to connect with the higher realm, to align with this, to our spiritual path. It could be something as simple as adjusting our emotions so that they are in alignment with the higher good. Because sometimes our emotions may not be in alignment with the higher good. We may feel like, I want this. It doesn't matter whether it's coming from a good place, whether it's coming from good intentions. I feel like this, so it must be right. But at this point, we might adjust and say, okay, I need to think of my spiritual calling. I need to think of connecting with the higher realms. I need to think on a larger scale and have intentions or thoughts or whatever it is, emotions that are in alignment with the higher good as well. And soon after this, at about 9:30 p.m., the moon is going to conjunct Mercury, right? So this is 9:30 p.m. Pacific time, 9:30 a.m. India time next morning. And Mercury is our mind, it's our thoughts, it's our communication, and the moon is our emotions, right? So when they meet up, we could communicate about certain emotional things. This could be that energy. And this could be very well that with the square, with the moon Neptune square, finally when it moves on and conjuncts Mercury, we find some clarity because Mercury is also logic, right? So this is the point where again clarity begins to set in. So if you're doubting yourself between say 5 p.m. and 9 p.m. or even a little before that, it's just let the energy pass because the clarity will come to you. Our emotions and our logic will come together by the night, right? And that's pretty much the energy. So today I would say is a much easier day than we've had in the astrology for the past at least a week. I would say at least a week. That being said, we are building up to the new moon on July 9th, the new moon in Cancer. So right now we are in the balsamic phase of the moon, 2 to 3 days before the new moon. And these 2-3 days, we release things, we let go of things. So we might be doing that. We might be closing out the last lunar month, which was also an eclipse, right? The new moon in Gemini was not just a new moon, it was a new moon solar eclipse in Gemini. So now we're closing that cycle out, although the eclipse energy will stay with us for a longer time. But during the balsamic phase of the moon, we might feel a little low in energy physically because there's a lot of subconscious release happening, a lot of subtle energies are releasing, and we're letting go of things. And we are building up into a new beginning, a new moon in Cancer. And this new moon in Cancer is different because it does not have Saturn opposing it. Saturn was in Capricorn between 2017 and 2020. And every time we had a new moon in Cancer between then, Saturn opposed it. Saturn energy opposed the new moon, which meant the new moon in Cancer, which in a broader sense is about finding our comfort, finding our home, finding people who are like home, developing, nourishing ourselves. All those things on a broader scale felt difficult, felt challenging because Saturn was there opposing this energy. But this time Saturn's not there. Saturn is in Aquarius. So this new moon is without the Saturn energy. And between 2018, I think it was October, November, and May 2020, we also had the South Node in Capricorn and the North Node in Cancer, which meant that most of the new moons, full moons were eclipses, right? And with the nodes there, with Saturn there, this energy did not feel easy. So this is different. We will dissect the new moon in detail and talk about what aspects it's making on Friday, but at least Saturn is not opposing it, at least. So that's a good thing. And now I'll give you a brief background. And the reason I do this is because no matter what the day feels like, there's certain underlying energies that we deal with every single day, right? Like it can be the most positive day, but if the underlying energy is stressful, that stress does come through on a day-to-day basis. So let's talk about the broader themes for another 2-3 minutes. If you've seen this, skip to the card reading because I will pull a card for today. But if not, I urge you to watch at least once. The first thing is the Saturn-Uranus square, okay? Now this is the theme of 2021. It's the most important astrological event of 2021 because we're seeing this energy after 21 years. And this energy will be with us all year, even next year. So this is the underlying current. And this underlying current is not easy because these planets are squared in 90 degrees. And this is all about getting rid of old things, old thought patterns, old anything that does not serve you anymore, embracing the new. It's also about finding your unique self, expressing your unique self, finding your authenticity, and living in that, being true to that. That's what Uranus wants. That's what this energy is about. And we'll have it all year. And if you see, I mean, Saturn's at 11:57, almost 12, right? And Uranus is at 14. It's a 2-degree off. So you can see that they're in a square. Now, the next thing that we are building is the new cycle that started in December with the Saturn-Jupiter conjunction. They met up after 20 years and started a new cycle, okay? And right now we are laying the foundation for those 20 years, and we'll lay the foundation at least till 2023. And another thing that we are grappling with building is a new cycle, a powerful cycle that started in Jan of 2020 with the Pluto-Saturn conjunction. Now, these planets met up after 38 years and closed out a cycle in Jan of 2020 that started in 1982. And we are still kind of figuring this cycle out, figuring this new beginning out, because this energy, this new beginning, this new cycle is here to stay till 2053. It's a long time. And then I usually end with talking about the nodes. The North Node is in Gemini and the South Node is in Sag. And the nodes are karmic. They bring about karmic events, and they have an 18.5-year cycle. So every 18.5 years, they kind of come back to the same placement. And so whatever karmic things that you need to close out or build on or review or reprocess or anything like that from 2001 and 2003 might come back into your life. And this could have been happening since May 2020 because the nodes started change signs into Gemini and Sag around then. That's all the background, and now I will pick a card for today and then we'll close it out. Okay. Peace. I think this is the card for the day. I think this is it, because today is a much lighter day than the intensity we have been feeling. It's a sort of a breather. The universe is giving us a breather. It's saying you've gone through a lot in the past 1 week, and now is the time to find some peace, relax, go within, because we will have a new moon. Yeah, I think that's what this card says. So that's all I'm going to say. It's a lighter day in astrology today, so make the most of it. And I will see you all tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.